Yeah.
Damn good money. Quit doing goddamn thing.
That bitch sound like your grandpa's tractor.
All right, guys, so as usual, it's been a hot minute since I've kind of caught up with everything. A lot of things have really gone on in the last week or so, and I'm going to try to sum it all up here. Like I said, it's just a little bit of everything been going on. So try to catch everybody up, let you guys know what we've had going on, and this will also probably be the Truck Wars recap real quick. So as you can see here, these are the seat covers out of the white truck out there. The top covers are back on. Still got to clean the top of this piece here. And the seats aren't perfect, but they cleaned up pretty darn good compared to what they were. A whole lot better. And as you can see here, the interior of the truck is much cleaner. We still haven't cleaned the back seats yet, but the carpet is a whole lot better than it was. Interior has been wiped down. I still got to do like a final cleaning, but it's been wiped down one time. Whole lot better than it was. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at on the white truck here. So I'm not sure where we left off on this. This is the motor that's going in ASHI 2.0. Came out of ASHI 1.0. Anyways, it's pretty much assembled, buttoned up, ready to go. We ran into a small issue. Table's a mess, so excuse that. But those injector lines right there for a P-pump 24 valve. Well, we didn't realize, therefore, a head that's got like a side draft intake on it or something. So the lines come up and over right here, which is your intake should be like right here. We got it flipped around backwards at the moment. With the intake here, there's no room for intake horn of any kind. So we'd have to make something custom. So we're trying to decide if we're just gonna sell those and get the right stuff, or if we're gonna try to make something custom with a K and make it work. So I don't know, that's where we're at on that at the moment. As you can see, the Mega is back in the shop and the windows are a little bit shady. Not a whole lot, still legal-ish, but a whole lot darker than what it was. A whole lot nicer, stays cooler in the summertime. Cat prints all over the hood, that freaking drives me up a wall, but that's another conversation for another day. But anyways, a little bit darker, a little more comfortable. As you can see, we still got the learner wheels on here, but we just got something new, and that'll probably be in the next video that I'm super stoked for. And as you can see back here, Alex's rig is back here at the shop. So as for Alex's truck, it was pretty well wrapped up. When he brought it back, we had to change the yoke for the front drive shaft, put a new drive shaft in. A couple other small things, can't remember, swap the tires, just a few little oddball things we did the morning of Truck Wars. Also, Dustin Minturn and one of his buddies showed up. They had a truck that broke a shock mount on the ride up here, actually. So they stopped in and got that buttoned up and fixed up before the race. And then, like usual, handful of guys come up and had to like swap tires, things like that. They didn't want to do it at the track. And I live close enough to the track that you can just drive there on the radials and it don't really hurt anything. Oh, and then one more thing. The night before Truck Wars, our buddy Clint came in clutch again with some parts. Our other buddy Dom, you'll recognize him with the trashy looking Dumbo first gen. But of course, one of my favorite trucks there is out there right now. But he had an issue. He kept blowing intercoolers. Clint came through. He had a On3 intercooler that was sitting there he had used in the past. So we snagged that from him, got it thrown on Dom's truck, got everything mocked up on it, and some new piping modified, I guess you would say, to be able to run that intercooler. And they took it out on a test drive. Everything felt fine. So he was good to go for Truck Wars. The only other thing to mention for Truck Wars prep is the week before Truck Wars. I don't even remember the date, but I wasn't able to go. But Nathan actually took the dad bod, and Brent took his truck out to the track for a little bit of testing. Brent has some new tires. His first hit, it just spun. He was actually running Nathan's first pass. Dad bod put in work, does what it always does, and went 677. So Brent went back, got a second pass, and he got a new personal best. I can't remember the time offhand, but I want to say it was like a 7.1 or 2. I can't remember. Anyways, the truck did really good though. A whole lot faster than what it should be for the setup. So anyways, moving on into Truck Wars recap. So as a lot of you know, had some stuff going on, personal things where I wasn't able to be out at Truck Wars all day. So I knew I wasn't gonna be able to race, but I hated for the dad bod to just be sitting here. You know, the truck is made to do one thing, and that's run 670 and massive burnouts. And it was just gonna be sitting here. I hated it. And so I told Nathan that since he wasn't gonna be racing his truck, he needed to take it out there. And so that's what he did. To kind of sum up how the day went with the dad bod, the truck did its thing. Once Nathan was able to figure out the launch, the truck did a 677 followed by a 675. So it was on par with a few little tweaks that have been right on the 670 number. The only issue is, of course, you know, the truck is set up for me. You know, if somebody goes and just jumps in any truck, you know, everybody sets their own trucks up different. And if you were to hop in somebody else's, things are in different places. The procedure is a little bit different. And so it kind of took him a minute to get used to where the lockup switch was as opposed to the overdrive switch. And then also the staging limiter being on the steering wheel kind of messed with him. And so that kind of gave him a little bit of hindrance. And unfortunately, he went out early in both classes, ET and 670, but he did make a couple good passes and kind of got him back in the seat for an event. Brent took his truck out there. He was in ET and he was able to go rounds. I'm not sure what exactly happened, how far he made it in, but I don't think he quite made it into the money. AJ had his truck out, finally had a good staging procedure down. The truck spooled up pretty good, but unfortunately his day ended early with a accidental 50-pound boost launch that the standard size output shaft decided to piece out. So we had to push him off the track and get him out of the way. And so that's for another time to come. Also, Tim was out, had his truck out, and the boys from TRE had their trucks out as well. And Tim's truck, this will be the first event that he actually made some good passes with the truck. As you recall, last Truck Wars, I think he did a 7.0. It was really, really hot, so he left too soft. And then after that, had some trial modifications that didn't work out. So anyways, so at this event, he was able to make it out, and the truck 60 footed good. It did like a 155, I think is what he said, 60 foot on the first hit, and went 653 at 108 and some change, almost 109 miles an hour. So the truck was getting it. It was making power. Everything felt good. And so he started slowing the truck down to get it in on 670 index. Ended up, Truck Wars was on his birthday. He made it into the semifinals and took home some money. Unfortunately, in the final round, he hit the brakes a little bit too late, and he broke out with like a 667 or so, I think he said. So just barely broke out. But anyways, still a good showing for the first event that the truck actually made it to and was able to go rounds and things like that. Then the other excitement for the day was Alex's truck. The truck has never been on a track. Alex has never raced a diesel. He has barely driven the truck. And so any of you know a 12 valve with a big pump, you know, they're a little bit finicky. They're very sensitive. And then also we weren't sure how the compounds were going to act with, you know, it was all a fresh setup. So we didn't know anything about the truck. He took it out. Very first hit was a kind of soft leave. I think he did like a mid 160, 60 foot. And the truck went 685 at 103, almost 104 miles an hour. So the truck performed excellent. As the day went on, it got a little bit slower. We found a few boost leaks and things that need to be addressed. So we're going to go ahead and, you know, adjust the bands, adjust the valves, retorque the head studs, fix the boost leaks that we found and things like that. But that one's well on its way to doing the things it needs to be dialed in on a 670 setup. This video is kind of last minute, so I'm sure I'm missing some folks. Sorry if I missed you guys, you know, especially the ones that are always around helping out and everything, but a little bit scatterbrained at the moment. But I think that pretty much sums everybody up. If not, be sure to check out the Instagram page. I put a lot of crap on there that's not on here. So anyways, that pretty much wraps up Truck Wars. So following Truck Wars, as you saw, we had, well, you might can see it through all the clutter over there. The white C10 that's Jared's from Kill Devil Diesel. We got it back in the shop. After the last time we worked on it, the truck got where it would not start at all. We got messing with it. The fuel pump wouldn't cut on. So we got a, I believe it was a fast, I don't know what size it was, a fast pump to go on it. We got that put in and got the truck started the other night, and now it's still having some starting issues. The pump's running, but it, being a temperamental 7.3, most of y'all know how that is. So that Huey crap that we don't really care for around here. So trying to figure out what's going on with that. In the meantime, we also had AJ's truck in here. We went ahead and got the trans pulled out. Of course, it did have a broken output shaft. So we got things lined up. It's going back to Tim today, which would be, I don't know, 2 days after Truck Wars. So it's headed up to Tim's, let them boys go through and make sure it's just an output shaft and go ahead and get the parts on the way to make sure it don't happen again. Then also there was a white dually that we pulled in. That is AJ's new tow rig, another barn find type deal. One that's sitting behind a shed somewhere. It has been sitting up forever. So they got it in here, got it running, and it's gonna go through a little bit of a process going forward to get it just streetable and reliable, clean it up just a little teeny bit just to make it presentable. And then AJ will have him a good tow rig. So anyways, it might be a little bit rushed. It's gonna be a little bit scattered, as there's some of this is before Truck Wars, some of it's Truck Wars prep, then there's a recap, then what's going on afterwards. But I know I hadn't done the best job at putting it all together, so I wanted to go ahead and sum it all up now. So anyways, that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. I'll have another video coming out that's gonna be a bunch of footage that some of the guys sent from Truck Wars. I'll put all that together for those of you that missed it. And then we'll be getting back into some of the shop projects. We've got a test and tune day coming up. There's the no prep race in Delmarva. There's diesels at the Rock. There's a lot of stuff coming on here right in the next few weeks towards the end of the season. So be sure to stay tuned. Head out to some of those events. If you hadn't decided to already, it'll be a good time. So anyways, for you loyal guys that keep watching for whatever reason, I appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all in the next one.